This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Happy Friday, July 31st. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Missy Kohler.
All right, well, the Nye County Sheriff's Office has made a 5th arrest in connection with the shooting Sunday night on Marnie Court.
22-year-old Alan Varon of Pahrump is facing several charges, including assault with a deadly weapon, conspiracy to commit grand larceny, burglary while in possession of a gun or deadly weapon, robbery with a deadly weapon, aiming a gun at a person, and possession of a controlled substance, Schedule 1 through 4. The Sheriff's Office says Varon was one of 5 suspects involved in an altercation at the home. Varon was shot and wounded by the resident after Varon allegedly pointed 2 guns at the victim. He was treated for his injuries at a Las Vegas hospital, then taken into custody this week. 21-year-old Robert Marcino, 21-year-old Juan Burgos, 22-year-old Justin Gensler, and 22-year-old Nathan Beaulieu have already been arrested in connection with the alleged crimes.
The driver of an SUV runs off the roadway and onto a ditch, then takes off, and he's now facing charges in connection with the crash.
Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies blocked off a section of Old West Avenue in Pahrump Thursday evening while investigating the accident. The driver of this Ford Expedition ran off the road and into a ditch. Witnesses say he then ran off and into nearby Comstock Park. Deputies were able to catch up to him there, and he was taken into custody. Right now, it's unclear what charges he may be facing.
And one driver of a moped refused to be transported medically from the scene of a crash that occurred today.
Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue firefighters and medics responded to the report of an injury accident Friday afternoon at the intersection of Pahrump Valley Boulevard and Honeysuckle Street. That's where a moped collided with a car. The moped sustained significant front-end damage, but the rider was not seriously hurt. Medics checked him at the scene, but he declined to be transported to the hospital. The driver of the car did not report any injuries. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies are investigating the crash.
1 year ago today, on July 31st, 2019, a Navy Super Hornet jet crashed near Rainbow Canyon in Death Valley National Park, killing the pilot and injuring several visitors who were viewing the aircraft training at low altitudes through the canyon. Over the last year, Park and Navy officials have worked together to pay tribute to the pilot, Lieutenant Commander Charles Z. Walker, and remove debris from the area near the Father Crowley Vista Point. This month, the park installed a new exhibit overlooking Rainbow Canyon to educate visitors on the military aircraft training history in the area. The exhibit includes a description of Lieutenant Commander Walker's dream of being a fighter pilot, his prestigious career, and his numerous service medals and awards. Rainbow Canyon, commonly called Star Wars Canyon, is part of the R-2508 complex, which the military has utilized since the 1930s. When we come back, we'll have your business and financial reports, so stay with us.
This segment of the news is brought to you by P&P Property Management. Knowledge, experience, communication, and trust. Call Cynthia at 775-727-4444.
Welcome back. Well, the U.S. economy continues to struggle. Walmart is cutting some corporate positions, and Dunkin' Donuts announces the closure of 800 stores. Angela Miles reports.
Tapping our news, the economy is fighting to recover from one of the worst times ever in American history. GDP last quarter fell by a record-breaking 32.9%. That is more than the Great Depression. It's happening as another 1.45 million out-of-work Americans recently signed up for unemployment benefits. The world's largest retailer is eliminating some corporate positions. According to Bloomberg News, Walmart is merging its online and brick-and-mortar store businesses. The retailer reports a surge in sales. However, labor costs are on the rise as it pays to keep employees safe and on the job. Dunkin' will permanently close 800 restaurants, while California Pizza Kitchen is seeking bankruptcy protection. This week, the nation bid farewell to civil rights leader John Lewis, who fought for worker rights. He died of cancer.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
We have good news to report as far as COVID reporting goes. We've had no new cases overnight in Nye County. 342 confirmed cases of COVID-19 positives, with one reported Pahrump case transferred to another jurisdiction. with no new cases overnight. Remember that the antibody positives do not count in the county's overall active total. Chemist's laboratory through Serenity Health has partnered with Nye County Sheriff's Office in Nye County to provide a drive-up COVID-19 testing for Nye County and surrounding communities. Testing in Pahrump available Monday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., Wednesday 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., and Friday 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And no pre-registration necessary. Just show up with ID and insurance card if you have insurance. If you don't have insurance, you may still be tested. And that location is Serenity Health, 2280 Calvada Boulevard, number 301, here in Pahrump. People will be lining up in the Calvada Eye for testing. For Serenity Health, you can also be tested in Tonopah by giving a call and making an appointment to 775-302-5800 or call 775-482-9898, and they'll set up an appointment for you. Nevada motorists who have been unavailable to make appointment at DMV offices before their expiration date will benefit from 2 new initiatives announced by the Department of Motor Vehicles today. Beginning this fall, most Nevadans will be able to renew their driver's license or ID card via the alternative services of online or mail. Additionally, drivers 65 and older who have to renew in person have been granted a 1-year extension on driver's license renewals that is effective immediately. The 2 new measures will allow approximately 75,000 Nevadans whose license or ID expires this year to avoid a visit to a DMV office during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Nevada Department of Transportation is seeking public comment on the next phase of the Interstate 11 project through Las Vegas. Brad Francis explains how you can get involved.
When it's complete, Interstate 11 will create a high-capacity link between Las Vegas and Phoenix, and eventually, transportation planners hope the highway will extend from Mexico to Canada. The first 15-mile portion of I-11 from I-515 to US 93, and commonly referred to as the Boulder City Bypass, was finished in 2018. The next phase will extend through Las Vegas, ending on the far north side in the vicinity of US 95 and Kyle Canyon Road. The I-11 project is now in its scoping phase. That means the project team will begin identifying and developing corridor alternatives, identifying potential impacts to the community's resources, and identifying project-related concerns through the proactive partnership of various agencies and local entities. And that's where you come in. NDOT has opened an online public meeting to accept feedback regarding the I-11 Environmental Impact Statement. Comments will be used to guide NDOT as it evaluates potential corridors. The result will be the selection of a single corridor along which to build future I-11 projects. To provide your feedback, simply go online to i11nv.com, then click the link to participate in the online public meeting. NDOT will accept comments through August 31st. The Interstate 11 project will include an upgraded highway, but planners say the I-11 corridor may also be paired with rail and other major infrastructure components, such as energy and telecommunications, to serve the nation's need in the West. To learn more about the I-11 project in general, including what's being done in Arizona, you can visit i11study.com.
Thanks so much, Brad. Well, one of the area's oldest World War II veterans is being remembered fondly by family and friends. 97-year-old Army veteran Bill Daly passed away on Thursday. VFW Post Commander Marty Aguiar says Bill will always had some great stories to share.
I know that he was an enthusiastic motorcycle rider when he was younger, before he joined the military, and then he falsified his paperwork in order to join the military in World War II. He was actually 17 instead of 18. They recruited him to be a motorcycle test rider for Harley Davidson, and basically they were introducing a new drive train. Instead of using chains, they was doing a direct drive on the Harleys back in 1946, and they wanted him to basically be a motorcycle rider. And so his first couple of years was basically in the Army as a motorcycle rider. You know, I heard so many stories, but, you know, the best ones was him, while he was learning to be a motorcycle rider for the Army, they wanted to train him on how to lay the bike down while holding a Tommy gun and shooting out snipers. So he absolutely enjoyed talking about that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did have Dr. Tom Waters, who was sending in a story of his own, but unfortunately we didn't get that in time. But thank you so much, Bill, for your service.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll introduce you to Sandy, this day's Save a Pet.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, last Saturday, KPVM was invited to the Sanders Family Winery here in Pahrump to watch a grape crushing. The crushing was done in conjunction with the University of Nevada Extension Office as part of their agriculture program. We spoke to M.L. Robinson, professor and environmental horticulturist with the University of Nevada Extension, about their growing of grapes.
We have over 250 vines in our vineyard at the experimental station in North Las Vegas. And so we're working with the Sanders family vineyard here, and we brought in, what was it, 23 lugs of fresh picked grapes, and they destemmed them, and this machine takes all the little grapes off so you don't have to, and separates the stems from the grape. One of the wonderful things about wine grapes, and a lot of people don't realize this, is that they do well in desert climates, such as southern Nevada.
Jack Sanders, owner and founder of Sanders Family Winery, told us about the grapes that were crushed and how they would be used.
So the crushing of the grapes is the very first step in winemaking. After the agriculturalists have grown, and we also grow our own grapes here, and the first step is to crush the grapes, to separate them from the stems and get the juice. That is where the wine is going to come from. And so we'll be doing that from now probably through the latter part of August to maybe the middle of September. So what's interesting about the grapes that we crush today is the French Colombard, which is really a grape that we use in a wine that we call Serenity. And it's been an international award winner for many, many years. And you know what? We never stop making it.
Fine wine takes time. When can we enjoy the grapes that were crushed?
As far as getting it to market, and I think that's what you're asking, is how long does it take to get to market? I doubt that you're going to see this much before March of next year, maybe a little later than that.
Sanders Family Winery is open for tasting by appointment only right now. If you're a regular customer, you can set up a time to remind your palate of your favorites and even buy wines. The Sanders Family Winery can also ship wines across the United States where allowable.
And the crushing was done in conjunction with the University of Nevada Cooperative Extension Office. We're going to go to Missy. I hear that there might be a wonderful reunion for an old TV show. That's one of our favorites.
Your entertainment report for the week ending July 31st, 2020. Well, entertainment in Las Vegas that has been canceled due to the pandemic is beginning to be rescheduled. At least some of it is. Last week, I reported that Garth Brooks was still scheduled to perform in Allegiant Stadium on August 22nd. Well, that one's been postponed. Ticket holders will now see the country icon perform on February 27th of 2021, hopefully. Many other concerts and production shows, sports and conventions are also receiving new dates as well. Just check your favorite spots online. Television host Regis Philbin was laid to rest in a private funeral on Wednesday. Philbin was laid to rest at the Notre Dame campus, a place that held very special meaning to him. It was confirmed this week that Philbin died from a myocardial infarction due to coronary artery disease. Philbin was best known for his work as a host on Live with Regis and Kelly, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, America's Got Talent, and much more. He's survived by his wife Joy and their 4 daughters and grandchildren. Philbin was just 1 month shy of his 89th birthday. And are you a fan of Friends? Well, David Schwimmer wants you to know that while the coronavirus pandemic has had the cast on a break of sorts, they're still planning to reunite for a Friends reunion. Schwimmer, who played Ross Geller on the beloved series, was quoted as saying there's definitely going to be a Friends reunion. The show is unscripted at this time, but the entire cast is said to be on board. So hopefully soon, as everyone is out of quarantine, filming for this much anticipated reunion will get underway. And that's your entertainment report. Have a great night. I like Fridays because we get to meet another great pet available for adoption. Today, Darby O'Donnell joins us from Desert Haven Animal Society, where she introduces us to Sandy.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Sandy. Sandy is a sweet little kitty. She is mainly all white. She has some of that orangish yellow color. She has big blue eyes, super gorgeous. She's a very sweet little personality, very calm. If you're looking for a cat like that doesn't play like a whole lot, she just kind of wants to cuddle and love on you. If you want to come and see Sandy or any of her friends here in the cat room at Desert Haven, just give them a call ahead of time to make an appointment, 775-751-7020. And just so you know, they do have offers for seniors over the age of 60 with free adoption fees, and for veterans. You can also look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Time to take a look outside our studios to see just what the weather's like. Weather Cam, boy, it's a nice day out there. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Temperatures are going to be awfully high, though. When we come back, Michael Donahue has the full weather forecast for the weekend for us, so stick around.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donahue. Today's weather. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 114 degrees, a low of 85, 121 with a low of 87 in Death Valley, 111 degrees, a low of 74 in Amargosa, 106.69 in Beatty, 97.59 in Goldfield, 95 for the high in both Tonopah and Carson City, 58 for the low in Tonopah, 53 in Carson City for their low. Fallon is a high of 100 degrees with a low of 58, and finally up in Fernley, 98, their low is 60 degrees. Now today in Pahrump, we saw sunny skies. Our high today was 109 degrees. Winds coming out of the south-southwest up to 16 miles per hour, 9% humidity, and our sunrise at 5:50 this morning. Now looking forward tonight, our low is going to be 82 degrees with clear skies. It is currently 108 outside with winds coming out of the southeast up to 14 miles per hour. Our humidity at 12% and about 7:49 tonight expected for that sunset. Now taking a look ahead to the 7-day, once again not really seeing too many changes, still expecting those sunny skies all throughout the week, along with those winds anywhere between 12 to 15 miles per hour. Now our temperatures, the good news is it's looking like it's starting to cool off just a little bit. On Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be seeing highs of 108 and 106 degrees. Then we're going to drop way down into those low hundreds and be down at about 100 to 101 by next Thursday and Friday. Now our overnights are also starting to cool off. On Saturday, we're going to be seeing a low of 74 degrees, and we're just slowly going to work our way down to lows of 68 and 69 by next Thursday and Friday. So now with that, we're going to throw it back to the desk with Deanna and Missy.
Thank you, Michael. So some fun things to talk about. Allegiant Stadium reached a big milestone today. What they're calling a significant completion date was achieved today. We should have a game in the stadium. It's scheduled for September 21st. The Raiders versus the Saints. Keep your fingers crossed. I don't know what's going to happen there, but we could be visiting and watching football in Allegiant Stadium in September.
Even if it's virtual games. Right?
Yeah, even if it is.
Well, if you want to find something to do this weekend, we have the movies in the park. They are free. This is the second to last movie. This movie is Smallfoot, and it's held at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park. That's off of Honeysuckle between Pahrump Valley Boulevard and Dandelion Street. On the field closest to Pahrump Valley Boulevard, bring your chairs, bring your blankets. Come on down. It is so much fun. They say that the show starts at 8 p.m., and so you want to arrive a little bit early to get all settled in there at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park. Also, we have the Pahrump Valley Speedway has some races going on. That is tomorrow as well. The gates open at 6. The races start at 7 p.m. They are on Panorama right off of Basin Avenue. For more information and pricing, you can go to PaHrumpValleySpeedway.com. All the classes are racing.
All right. And back to school activities happening tomorrow, too.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. That's right there at Pathways on the corner of Calvada and Mount Charleston. So if you have a student in the Nye County School District from 9 a.m. until, it's until 11 a.m. actually, from 9 till 11, they are handing out backpacks and school supplies right there at Pathways. It is a drive-up only event. You can't get out of your car, and you need to have your students with you. And that is, once again, on the corner of Calvada and Mount Charleston.
No shortage of things to do this weekend with the family. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. We appreciate you being here. I'm Missy Kohler.
I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Good night.